the opera is there inside my mind. Alright, how you doing guys? I hope you're doing good. Hassan Al-Badri is with you. This video is going to be in English, just to let you know. Greetings to all of you, by the way. Greetings to all of you. Hellos and highs to all of you. This video is by the channel on YouTube. It's called The Merciful Servant. Merciful Servant. Alright, and the video is titled, Does God Exist? So let's hear the proof or the evidence that God exists. And I hope it's not going to be... Anyway, without further ado. Of course, always, by the way, apologetic videos, they are always with nice music that touches your heart. They want to play on your emotions. Like, look at all the evidence around you. You know, they play with your emotions. They try to hypnotize you. Okay?
A huge sphere of 12.756 kilometers in radius is moving rapidly in the space in a speed of almost 68,000 miles per hour. It is called the Earth. The Earth is surrounded by an atmosphere of 5 layers, consisting of hydrogen, oxygen, and inert gases. At the same time, the Earth rotates around its axis at 1,000 miles per hour.
Okay.
I will not speak about the greatness of the universe or the incredible galaxies, which the Earth looks like a speck of dust on the foothill of Everest in comparison to them. And I will not speak about the countless numbers of light years with endless zeros. I have heard a lot of talking from the atheists in the world. But the thing they say, and I did not understand until now, is that they do not believe in God because they cannot see Him. I do not know how they cannot see Him.
Okay. I have to stop you right away, fuckface. When you say that atheists, they don't believe in God because they cannot see Him. Not all atheists claim this. We want evidence, scientific evidence. It doesn't have to be seeing it, even seeing the effect. For example, as I mentioned before, electricity, we cannot see it. Yet we see its effect when the lightning strikes, okay, when it forms as this plasma, bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay, this is the effect of electricity. At least we can see the effect of it. So what is the effect of your God, of your Allah? Zero. There is no effect. We cannot see the electrons, the quarks, electrons. We don't see them, but yet we see their interference in the quantum level field. So we can see the effect of the electron. We can see the effect of the quarks. Yet we can see the effect. And yet again, what is the effect of your Allah? Zero. So we don't need to see your Allah. We need to see its effect. And please, I have the feeling that you're going to attribute stuff. Really. Like, see the complexity of a human being? It means a creator. See the complexity of the universe? It means a creator, my friend. See this, how this is designed? It means a creator, my friend. It means Allah. I hope you're not going that road, really, because that's a fallacy, by the way. Okay, that's a fallacy. But anyway, continue.
While I can see the creation of God all the time, in every inch around me.
You don't see the creation of God. That's bullshit. Blatant lie, actually. You don't see the creation. You claim it's the creation. Nobody has seen the creation, nor you, nor the atheist, me. So when you say creation, at least prove the operation of creation. Everything around us in the universe, everything, especially the biochemistry, the life stuff, all right, around us, it multiplied biochemically, all right? It multiplies really normally. I am not created. I am from a live semen from my daddy and a live egg from my mommy, united, made Hassan. Okay, so where's the creation here? Zero, none, nowhere. So when you claim there is a creator, you have to prove the creation first. Prove that first, then claim creator. All right? Then we have at least evidence there is a creation. Then we go, who created this creation? Then we go to the creator. So just by pushing words, that's really... Anyway, continue.
Why does water have very unique properties in comparison to all other liquids? Why does Earth rotate in definite speed and in an accurate angle? Example, 23.5 degrees.
Why water has such properties? Ask the chemist, because they know why water has such properties. Okay, why the Earth rotates in that angle? Ask me, the physicist. I can explain to you why it rotates in that angle. Because during its formation, the gravitational tugs and pulls between all the planets can cause the planet to tilt a bit. All right? Why? When you ask questions, why, you want a philosophical answer. You don't want a scientific answer. But yet, I can still answer you scientifically, even with the questions why. Unless you're asking about the purpose of stuff, then you went away from science. Then you're gonna get philosophy from me, purely philosophy. But yet again, I can also give you a philosophy, non-theistic philosophy. It got nothing to do with God or gods, or religion, certain religion or religions in general. I can still give you a philosophy, untheistic, non-theistic philosophy, and gives you really beautiful answers too.
Why is the sun located at such an enormous distance and has such high temperature?
Why the sun is created? Again, you claim creation. Shut up with creation. The sun has been forming. The sun formed. It got nothing to do with creation, okay? And why at such distance? What? Why a triangle has three corners? Why a square has 4 corners, 4 angles? Why? I mean, you ask really stupid, dumb questions, really. At least propose a good questions so I can really at least answer them. But the sun got this far because the gas and dust around the sun happen to form planets around this distance far away from the sun. Okay? From when it started, the nebula started. When it settled down a bit, so the gases and dust started to form planets around this nebula. So it got nothing to do with why here. It got to do with gravity. It got to do with gravity and the initial nebula of the sun itself in its early stages. It got nothing to do with why here.
Why the atmosphere has certain components in specific measures. When you ponder on the answers to these questions, you will see the great creator revealing.
You hear the music? They want to play with your feelings. Listen to the music.
Self clearly. The Earth rotates around its axis at 1,000 miles per hour. Assuming that this speed decreases to 200 miles per hour, for instance, our night and daytimes would be 10 times longer. The temperature at the daytime would continue to increase till we burn, and the temperature at the night would continue to decrease until we freeze. Humans would not be able to organize their time, sleep, and work during the very long daylights or the darkness of night. All of the measures in this planet are regularized and adjusted for the benefits of one creature, the only creature that has a mind capable of understanding and realizing. Is there a message to us from the one who has created all this? Why the only liquid...
Why? Okay, is there a message in all of this from the one who created all this? Why has it to be a one? Maybe there are multiple gods cooperated and created the universe. I do accept this idea. Why not? Why is it one? How did you came to this conclusion that it's one and only one? It has to be one. Why not gods? Really? A community of gods really sitting. One is responsible for physics, one is responsible for chemistry, one is responsible for biology, one is responsible for the stars, one is responsible for the galaxies, one is responsible for humans, one is responsible for monkeys. Why not? Why not gods? Well, how did you come to the conclusion that's one, only one? Ahadun ahad. One and only one. How did you come to this conclusion? Just because it's mentioned in your book? Right? Because it's mentioned in your book. Circular reasoning, as usual. Circular reasoning. Just because it's mentioned in my book, it says it's one. So there must be one. Circular reasoning, right?
Necessary for life is also the only liquid that decreases in density when it freezes, and then it floats. If water was exactly like the rest of liquids in terms of characteristics, the seas, rivers, and oceans would totally freeze, and fish and animals of seas and oceans would die. Without the sun, we would not be able to live on this planet. It is a sterilizer and light. The temperature on the surface of the sun is 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and the distance between the sun and Earth is nearly 93 million miles.
Yes.
This enormous distance is constant. It never changes, whether to increase or decrease.
Now you're lying. It could be increasing and decreasing. Now you're lying, actually, because when the sun actually sometimes, in the nearest future, by the way, in the nearest future, when you say we nearest future in cosmological way, it means couple 100 million years, okay? The sun raises its degrees every 100 million years. So in the next 100 million years, its degrees, its heat will be increasing 1 degree at least. Okay, so in the next 600 to 700 million years, the sun will be so hot, okay, that the oceans will evaporate simply. There will be no water on our planet. The oceans will evaporate. You get that right? Okay? Water will be no longer existing on planet Earth. Water will be a steam in our atmosphere. And because our atmosphere will be so dense with the steamed water, our atmosphere, atmosphere will leach out CO2. The CO2 will escape from our atmosphere. In result, the planets will die. Because planets, they breathe. For their photosynthesis, they need CO2. Okay? No CO2, plants die. No water, humans die. And animals. So basically, life will get extinct within the next 700, 800 million years on Earth. And the sun, okay, will become a giant. Will become a red giant. Now it's a yellow dwarf, okay? But then it will become a red giant. When it becomes a red giant, the distance between the sun and Earth will get shorter. Alright? The physicists here are separated, by the way. There are two claims. But we need to observe something similar in the skies, then we can come with a concrete conclusion. Because there are two conclusions here. Whether the sun will get bigger and bigger, becomes a red giant, and the Earth stays in its orbit. So the sun will get bigger, but the Earth stays in the same orbit, so then the distance becomes shorter. Or the sun will get bigger, and the orbit will get pushed. Even the sun, if it becomes bigger, the Earth will get pushed. It stays on the same distance orbit, 93 million miles away. So we don't know yet. We need to observe some other stars, some other solar systems, and some star that is actually in the stage of becoming a red giant, and we want to see that if it's gonna push the planet or not. Pushes the planet orbit, or the planet will stay in the same orbit. If our planet Earth is gonna stay with the same orbit, even the sun is getting bigger, then that's unfortunately our Earth will melt, literally. Just like melting metal, okay, our Earth will melt and evaporate inside the sun. So the sun will swallow Earth. Alright? So that's in 700, 800 million years from now. So what kind of grand design making Earth habitable for life, while in 700 million years life will be dead on Earth? Especially even the extremophiles, those extremophiles that can survive extreme heat, extreme radiation, extreme dryness. Even those extremophiles will be extinct literally within a billion years. A billion or a billion point one, a billion point two. It will be gone. So planet Earth will be literally a lifeless rock. Lifeless rock. There is no life on it whatsoever. Even extremophiles get extinct by this heat. So, yeah, a good design, huh? A good design. God thought it through, right? In that sense, we can predict Judgment Day, actually. Better than the Muslims, better than the Christians, and better than the Jews. We physicists, we can predict the Judgment Day. Better than you guys. And you claim, that's the funny thing, you claim like everything is perfect for life. Everything is perfect for life. This blah 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 degrees, life wouldn't be here. This blah 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 degrees, you're claiming the designer. You're claiming the designer, the fine tweaker, the fine tuner, etc., etc. You're claiming the designer here. I don't mind that you claim the designer, really. But at least prove first the designer. Prove first the existence of this fine tuner. Then attribute stuff to him, or to her, or to it, whatever it may be. Okay? First, prove the God, then attribute stuff to your God. Yeah, God created Earth, God created the sun, God created these distances, God made these distances. First prove God, then attribute stuff to him, because attributing is easy. The Hindu will come to you, tells you, no, it's not your Allah. It's not your Allah, my brother. It's not your Allah. It's Krishna. It's Krishna and Brahma and Shiva. Krishna, Brahma and Shiva, they finally tuned this stuff. What's the difference between those two claims? It's the same claim. Both of you, you're just actually attributing stuff to your gods. Okay? The Christian comes to you, tells you, no, it's not your Allah. It's my Lord, Jesus Christ. It's JC, man, JC. JC, the son of Mary, JC did it. And comes the Jew and tells you, no, it's not JC, it's not Allah, it's not Krishna, it's my God, Yahweh. Yo, 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 Adonai. Alright? What's the difference? All of you, you're claiming, actually, it's called the reverse argument. It's the reverse argument. Instead of proving the premise of your argument, which is the designer, you go to the conclusion that he designed stuff and you attribute it to the designer. So actually, you're really reversing the premise, make it as conclusion, and the conclusion as the premise. You get what I mean? You understand philosophy? You understand logic? You understand forming and proposing a good argument? And by the way, this actually reminds me of a quote from Douglas Adams. Douglas Adams said a really good quote. I will read it to you. Let's see. Douglas Adams says, this argument is exactly the same as this. This is rather as if you imagine a puddle waking up one morning and thinking, this is interesting world I find myself in. An interesting hole I find myself in. Fits me rather neatly, doesn't it? In fact, it fits me staggeringly well. Must have been made to have me in it. This is such a powerful idea that as the sun rises in the sky and the air beats me up, and gradually the puddle gets smaller and smaller, frantically hanging on the notion that everything is going to be alright, because the world was meant to have him in it, was built to have him in it. So the moment he disappears, catches him rather by surprise, I think this may be something we need to be on the watch out for. So you see, it's the same thing like a puddle of water, and he finds himself in a hole, and there is water, and the puddle says, wow, look at this hole, it's made perfect for me, that I can fit it. It's made really perfect, look, really everything fits me perfectly. This is the reverse argument. Alright, so stop that, dear Muslims, dear Christians, dear Jews, dear whatever. Okay, stop that, because it really shows you're pretty much stupid, you're pretty much dumb, and you're pretty much also broke with your arguments. You don't have any arguments. You don't have any evidence to prove your God. So you resolve, instead, you go to attributing stuff to your God. And that's so easy. That's so easy. It's actually deductive reasoning, really badly deductive reasoning also. Because really, you see a galaxy, you see a galaxy in the skies, and you say, yeah, look at this galaxy. My God made it. I don't mind this claim that your God made it, but at least prove how he made it. Not just only attributing to your God. At least prove how he made this galaxy. At least prove how he made Earth. At least prove how he made life, etc., etc. Prove that first, and then claim. And prove also your God first. Prove the main object of your premise, the main object of your argument. Prove God. Prove God first, then attribute stuff to him as much as you want, really. So that's all for this video. The next video is going to be in Arabic, just in a couple minutes. And as usual, cheers, love, and respect, and love you all. Kisses to you.